Now, in this technical demonstration, we're going to be providing our users who use the identity platform the ability to help themselves in the form of self-service options. Now, there are two primary self-service options that we're going to focus on. Now, the first is account unlock, and the second is password reset, where users can unlock their account or change their password based on MFA challenges. So once again, we're going to keep these separated. We've created MFA authentication profiles for specific types of tasks. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to create a new profile, and this one's going to be for self-service. Now, for password reset, we're going to specify a security question. And we're going to set this to no pass-through. And we'll click OK. Now, let's go ahead and create another one for the account unlock. Now, with the account unlock, I am going to prompt for the password, and I'm going to prompt for security questions. And with this one, we'll also make this a no pass-through. Now, I can combine these, and I can use existing MFA profiles if I choose to. But for this demonstration, it's easier just to keep them separated so you have an understanding of what particular profile applies to what particular feature. So we'll go ahead and click OK. And now I have both of those MFA profiles. Now let's move over to policies. Now, under policies, we're going to create a new policy, and we'll call this one the self-service policy. And we're only going to apply this to specific roles. Now, we worked with the contractor role earlier that had MFA established. We're also going to go ahead and apply it to our POS users. And we'll go ahead and click Add. Now we can move over to user security. This is where we're going to apply those self-service options. Under user security, under self-service, you'll notice that we can enable the self-service controls. And the first one that pops up is the password reset. So let's go ahead and apply it first. We'll go ahead and click Allow for Active Directory Users. And now we have to specify a password reset authentication profile. And from here, we'll go ahead and select the green save self-service for password reset. Now, before we click Save, the account unlock is directly below the password reset. So let's go ahead and enable it. We'll go ahead and enable it here. We'll allow it for Active Directory users. And once again, we'll have a specific account unlock authentication profile. We'll go ahead and select the green save self-service account unlock profile. Now you'll notice at the bottom of this policy, we do have the self-service settings. Now I can use the connector that's running on a privileged account, but we use a registration code that was tied to a Centrify directory service user. So that Centrify directory service user does not have the appropriate permissions to make modifications within Active Directory. So we're going to use Active Directory credentials. So I'm going to select this option, and we're simply going to type in the account we're going to use. Now, we do have a domain administrative account, so I'm going to be consistent and use it. And I'll supply the password. And now we'll click Save. So at this point, we've created a profile for each of these two features. We've also created one policy that has the self-service options open and enabled. Now let's go ahead and see how this is going to affect members of our finance team and sales team, as well as our contractors. So let's start with the password reset. What we're going to do is we're going to log in as Laura Bennett. But Laura Bennett can't remember her password. But that's not a problem, because we can select Forgot Password, which is now an option at the login. And now, as you can see, Laura Bennett has been prompted for a security question, which is part of the MFA that we applied. So we'll go ahead and answer it correctly so that she can change her password. And now that her password is changed, we can re-log in as Laura Bennett with the new password. Now let's take a look at a situation where an account has been locked. So now I've moved back over to Alex Foster under Users, under the Access menu. And as you can see here, Bradley Adams has his account in a suspended status. This means the account has been locked, and we can verify this by opening up Active Directory Users and Computers, or ADUC. So if I go over to Bradley Adams in the ADUC, and I look at his account, you'll notice that the account actually is currently locked. This is because we have account lockout enabled, which means he had 3 failed attempts. Now, normally in an Active Directory situation, we would simply wait that time or manually unlock it. But we're going to use the identity platform to unlock it. So let's go ahead and do that. So now I'm going to log in as Bradley Adams. Now, Bradley Adams is a member of the sales team, and his account is currently locked. So we're going to go ahead and enter in his password. Now, it's possible that he just entered in his password incorrectly. But because his account is locked, he is going to be prompted for MFA. And now that the MFA has been satisfied, he can log in. And if we return back over to Alex Foster, and we'll give this a quick refresh, we'll notice that his account is no longer suspended. Now, this applies both to Active Directory accounts as well as Centrify directory user accounts. As you can see here, the Z contractor has been suspended as well. So let's go ahead and correct that. Let's go ahead and I'll sign out, and we'll log in as the Z contractor. We'll be prompted for that password, but once again, we're now prompted for an MFA challenge. And now the user is able to log in. So as you can see, we can apply self-service options to users so they can help themselves. This will reduce the number of help desk tickets that come in related to forgotten passwords or locked accounts.